Namaste, Dandavat Pranam. By the instruction and guidance of our spiritual master on Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, we're here reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Canto 3, the Status Quo. Chapter 26, Text 48. Tejo Guna Visheshurta Yasya Tachakshar Uchate Ambo Guna Visheshurto Yasya Tad Rasanam Vidu Umer Guna Visheshurta Yasya Sagrihana Uchate. The sense whose objective perception is form, the distinctive characteristic of fire, is the sense of sight. The sense whose object of perception is taste, the distinctive characteristic of water, is known as the sense of taste. Finally, the sense whose object of perception is odor, the distinctive characteristic of earth, is called the sense of smell. Text 49. Parasya drishyate dharmo yaparasmin samhanvayat ato vishesho bhavanam bhumavivo palakshate. Since the cause exists in its effects as well, the characteristics of the former are observed in the latter. That is why the peculiarities of all the elements exist in the earth alone. Purport. Sound is the cause of the sky. Sky is the cause of the air. The air is the cause of fire. Fire is the cause of water. And water is the cause of earth. In the sky, there is only sound. In the air, there are sound and touch. In the fire, there are sound, touch, and form. In water, there are sound, touch, form, and taste. And in the earth, there are sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Therefore, earth is the reservoir of all qualities of other elements. Earth is the sum total of all other elements. The earth has all 5 qualities of the elements. Water has 4 qualities, fire has 3, air has 2, and the sky has only 1 quality, sound. Text 50. Itanya samhatya yada mahad adhini saptavai kala karma gunopeto jagad adir upavishat. When all these elements were unmixed, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the origin of creation, along with time, work, and the qualities of the modes of material nature, entered into the universe with the total material energy in 7 divisions. Purport. After stating the generation of the causes, Kapila Dev speaks about the generation of the effects. At that time, when the causes were unmixed, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his feature of Garbhodaksha Vishnu entered within each universe. Accompanying him were all of the 7 primary elements, the 5 material elements, the total energy, Mahatattva, and the false ego. This entrance of the personality of Godhead involves his entering even the atoms of the material world. This is confirmed from Brahma Samhita 5.35. Andhantarasta paramanu chayantarastam. He is not only within the universe, but within the atoms also. He is within the heart of every living entity. Garbhodaksha Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, entered into everything. 51. Tatasthenanu vidhebhyo yuktebhyo nindam achataram utihitam purusho yasmad udatistad asovira. From these 7 principles, roused into activity and united by the presence of the Lord, an unintelligent egg arose from which appeared the celebrated cosmic being. Purport. In sex life, the combination of matter from the parents, which involves emulsification and secretion, creates the situation whereby a soul is received within matter, and the combination of matter gradually develops into a complete body. The complete principle exists in the universal creation. The ingredients are present, but only when the Lord enters into the material elements is matter actually agitated. That is the cause of creation. We can see this in our ordinary experience. Although we may have clay, water, and fire, the elements take the shape of a brick only when we labor to combine them. Without the living entity, there is no possibility that matter can take shape. Similarly, this material world does not develop unless agitated by the Supreme Lord as the Virat Purusha, Yasmad Udhatistad Aso Virat. By his agitation, space was created and the universal form of the Lord also manifested therein. Text 52. Etad antam visheshakyam kramavradhar dasotarai toyad bihi parivritam pradhane varatarbani yatra loka vitanoyam rupam bhagavato hare. This universal egg, or the universe in the shape of an egg, is called a manifestation of material energy. Its layers of water, air, fire, sky, ego, and mahatattva increase in thickness one after another. Each layer is 10 times bigger than the previous one, and the final outside layer is covered by pradhan. With this egg is the universal form of Lord Hare. Within this egg is the universal form of Lord Hare, of whose body the 14 planetary systems are parts. Purport. This universe, or the universal sky, which we can visualize with its innumerable planets, is shaped just like an egg. As an egg is covered by a shell, the universe is also covered by various layers. The first layer is water, the next is fire, then air, then sky, and the ultimate holding crust is pradhan. Within this egg-like universe is the universal form of the Lord, as the Virat Purusha. All the different planetary situations are parts of his body. This is already explained in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto. The planetary systems are considered to form different bodily parts of that universal form of the Lord. Persons who cannot directly engage in the worship of the transcendental form of the Lord are advised to think and worship this universal form. The lowest planetary system, Patala, is considered to be the soul of the Supreme Lord, S-O-L-E, like the sole of the foot. And the earth is considered the belly of the Lord. Brahmaloka, or the highest planetary system, where Brahma lives, is considered to be the head of the Lord. This Virat Purusha is considered an incarnation of the Lord. The original form of the Lord is Krishna, as confirmed in Brahma Samhita, Adi Purusha. The Virat Purusha is also Purusha, but he is not Adi Purusha. The Adi Purusha is Krishna, Ishvaraha Parama Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindaha. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is also accepted as the Adi Purusha, the original. Krishna says, "No one is greater than me." There are innumerable expansions of the Lord, and all of them are Purushas, or enjoyers. But neither the Virat Purusha nor the Purusha avatars, Kana Dakshai Vishnu, Garbo Dakshai Vishnu, and Chiro Dakshai Vishnu, nor any of the other expansions, is the original. In each universe, there are Garbo Dakshai Vishnu, the Virat Purusha, and Chiro Dakshai Vishnu. The active manifestation of the Virat Purusha is described here. Persons who are in the lower grade of understanding regarding the Supreme Personality of Godhead may think of the universal form of the Lord for that is advised in the Bhagavatam. The dimensions of the universe are estimated here. The outer covering is made of layers of water, air, fire, ego, and Mahatattva, and each layer is 10 times greater than the previous one. The space within the hollow of the universe cannot be measured by any human scientist or anyone else. And beyond the hollow, there are 7 coverings, each one 10 times greater than the one preceding it. The layer of water is 10 times greater than the diameter of the universe. And the layer of fire is 10 times greater than that of water. Similarly, the layer of air is 10 times greater than that of fire. And these dimensions are all inconceivable to the tiny brain of a human being. It is also stated that this description is only of one egg-like universe. There are innumerable universes besides this one, and some of them are many, many times greater. It is considered, in fact, that this universe is the smallest. Therefore, the predominating superintendent, or Brahma, has only 4 heads for management. In other universes, which are far greater than this one, Brahma has more heads. The Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is stated that all these Brahmas were called one day by Lord Krishna on the inquiry of the small Brahma, who after seeing all the larger Brahmas was thunderstruck. That is the inconceivable potency of the Lord. No one can measure the length and breadth of God by speculation or by false identification with God. These attempts are symptoms of lunacy. Text 53. Hiranmayad andhakoshad uttaya salile sayat tam avisya mahadevo bahudha nirbibhedakam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Virat Purusha, situated himself in that golden egg, which was laying on the water, and he divided it into many departments. 54. Nirabhyadyatasya pratamam mukham vani tato bhavat vaniha vanir ato nase pranoto grihana etayo. First of all, a mouth appeared in him, and then came forth the organ of speech, and with it the god of fire, the deity who presides over that organ. Then a pair of nostrils appeared, and in them appeared the olfactory sense, as well as prana, the vital air. Purport. With the manifestation of speech, fire also became manifested, and with the manifestation of nostrils, the vital air, the breathing process, and the sense of smell also became manifested. 55. Granhadvayor abhidyetam achini chakshur etayo tasmat suryo nabhidyetam karnoshrotram tatodisha. In the wake of the olfactory sense came the wind god who presides over that sense. Therefore, a pair of eyes appeared in the universal form, and in them the sense of light, the sense of sight. In the wake of this sense came the sun god who presides over it. Next, there appeared in him a pair of ears, and in them the auditory sense, and in its wake the dig devatas, or the deities who preside over the directions. Purport. The appearance of different bodily parts of the Lord's universal form and the appearance of the presiding deities of those bodily parts is being described. As in the womb of a mother, a child gradually grows different bodily parts. So in the universal womb, the universal form of the Lord gives rise to the creation of various paraphernalia. The senses appear, and over each of them there is a presiding deity. It is corroborated by this statement of Srimad Bhagavatam, and also by Brahma Samhita, that the sun appeared after the appearance of the eyes of the universal form of the Lord. The sun is dependent on the eyes of the universal form. And the Brahma Samhita also says that the sun is the eye of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Yachchakshur eva savita. Savita means the sun. The sun is the eye of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, everything is created by the universal body of the Supreme Godhead. Material nature is simply the supplier of materials. The creation is actually done by the Supreme Lord as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Under my direction does the material nature create all moving and non-moving objects in the cosmic creation. And thus ends our reading for today. We'll continue from text 56 on Wednesday. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev, Srila Shanta Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the worldwide devotees, Sama Bhakti Veda Vrinda Ki Jai. Navadut Dham Ki Jai, Nashangapuri Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Jew Ki Jai. Ganga Mai, Yamuna Mai Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Giri Govardhan Gupta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai, Sham Kund Radha Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi, Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Jai Harinam Sankirtan Yagi Ki Jai, Scientific Sankirtan Yagi Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Princeton Bhakti Vedanta Institute Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Institute Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat Ki Jai. Lord Premanandi Hari Hari Hari
Hari Bol.
Srimati Uma Devi Dasi Ki Jai.
Jai Gurudev.
Krishna.
Srimad Krishna Keshav Prabhu Ji ki jai.
Dhanava Pranam.
Dandavat.